because we will have the week off next week. By the way, as we head into the draft, there's something I have to watch out for here.
Yeah, what's that?
The Valentina trade, man.
Okay.
Valentina is so impactful in drafts. Midnight and I were just talking about this behind the scenes. We both were thinking that that really should not have been a Sora because of the presence of the Valentina.
What did he say?
We were both posting the same suggestions, Glue and Alice instead.
Yeah.
Even Arlott would have been okay, but then at the same time, you also are cautious about that. Liquid, there we go, the comfort for Teddy. So now they're just going to build through that. They take away all the top utility junglers, are going to force Falcons into playing Assassins and Mobility. With the Leomord gone as well, Freya gone, we might be going back to heroes such as Suyo, YSS. But then Akai is still okay.
Yeah, this is just a joke, but Carl did post yesterday about the new skins, and he tagged their coach to let him play the new skins.
Which one? Which one specifically?
Those are Gushon and Julian.
So which one? Or he just tagged both?
He bought both, but I don't think we will be.
I know someone has been asking, by the way, especially online, they've said, is there room for a Gushon in the meta right now? Is it in the mid or is it even possible in the jungle?
You know, this is going to be my drafting hot take for the season.
Okay, what's that?
For the whole season?
For the whole season?
All right.
Anything is possible.
Oh!
I'm no longer going to start overthinking saying, it might not really be good enough. It doesn't have enough dashes. Or the kit is kind of meh. Oh, it's too basic attack and item focus. No. Anything is possible if teams just will it to be.
Is that because we saw what they called the Dark Continent picks?
Yeah, man. We've seen Leslie. We've seen Hanabi. We've seen Bauman.
Yeah.
Did they all lose? Yes. But at least they tried.
By possible, you didn't mean winning.
Yeah, this means there's a chance.
Yeah, there's a chance.
Okay, well, let's see. First phase of the draft for TLPH is done. They've got the Claude. They went with the Eve. They've got a Hylos. So they're going for that box that TLPH likes to play around. But this time, literally, they've got the box.
Without the utility jungler.
Yeah, without the utility jungler. So we'll see what they end up picking later for Colonel Teasy. Maybe it'll be one of those picks. I don't know. But there's the Harith. So comfort nearly all around here on both sides.
Yep. Okay, Zaman Force Harith under the real world manipulation. You need the dive. You have Khalid for Ogwen. So EXP with long sustained fights. I think it might be an Alice later on as an option, or a Lapu Lapu still open for Falcons. While they also have to consider picking up the Suyo in the second phase of the draft so that it doesn't end up with Liquid. But with the Harith and the Juice in here, Liquid might be a bit turned off with picking up the Suyo, and it might end up in the hands of Falcons instead at Red 4, and then they just round it out with the EXP laner, either the Lapu Lapu or Alice in Red 5.
Yeah, because both teams are looking to go for very dive-heavy composition, so I can only imagine how the team fights are going to turn out later on. Taking out the Phobius even, so things will be much easier, especially for the gold lane.
I think Falcons also take out, Liquid needs to take out the Glue here. Falcons will then end up getting either the Lapu Lapu or Alice.
Yep.
Wow.
Oh, Uranus actually being banned out. We don't see that too often right now.
I think that's more because they're considering a Uranus jungle. Yeah.
Okay.
They're really just taking out the utility junglers. Wow.
Yeah, we're just running out. So it's just the Akai that's left at this point.
We might even just see the assassin matchup between these two.
Yeah.
For this one, just because of the hard focus on that. Because even if you look at it, it's like, in a sense, like the Leomord's gone, Guinevere.
By the way, Marcel has been completely snubbed so far in this draft, in this entire series. And now we're not even going to see Marcel anymore because both roamers have been picked up.
Yep.
Unless someone says, hey, watch me play a Marcel jungle.
Anything's possible, right?
Anything is possible.
That's your draft hot take. So if I throw anything out there, I'm going to lean towards that.
Okay.
All right, Esmeralda goes out.
Yeah. So the Alice Glue still open. Unless they want to pair it up with another.
Lapu as well.
Yeah,
Lapu.
If they pick up Glue, Liquid picks up Lapu. Oh my god, they went. That's a full jungle ban by Liquid.
Although he's mostly Ben gold.
Yeah, just go like a Kai or Suyo at this point. Is there anyone I'm missing? I might be forgetting a very important jungler.
Okay, Itachi might be coming, you know.
There's a Lapu. They take it, yeah.
Lapu, and this is gonna be.
See, if he literally does pick it up, I don't know.
It's either Alice or Glue, and then Carl. Oh wait, will he get the new skin? Is he just gonna Julian? No, right? No.
We have seen KarlTzy play Julian before.
Oh, there's one jungle that I've been looking for, Lucas.
Ah.
And there's no Valentine on board right now. It might be all right, actually, for any of these two.
Lucas alongside this box. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me tell you some basics of
All right,
science.
that sounds like.
Of
Oh!
course. How could I forget?
How could I forget that?
I forgot too that he's on 100% win rate for Harley right now. Oh, with the Yuzhong, a little throwback.
It's power picks, man.
It's power picks, man.
I gotta respect the power picks. It's liquid. I'm very liquid leaning right now for this draft.
Should we also count the high loss as a power pick for Daddy JP?
Yeah, at this point, yeah.
Everybody basically got a power pick. KarlTzy is, again, this is KarlTzy on the Harley, so we can say it is going to be a power pick.
Bro, Suyo here sad, Lucas here sad, a lot of junglers here sad.
Everyone's sad.
Everyone's sad here, whatever Falcons decide to go for. Man, just pick up the Lucas and let's put up a funny game.
A funny game.
Let's make this funny. Even Alpha I'm not okay with here.
Not even Bauman.
Oh, I think you look at Kyle. He's trying to get the confirmation here, too.
What's your command?
What is it?
Yo!
The look for confirmation from Kyle. He's like, are you sure? Can I go with this?
I didn't think they'd actually go for it.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
The fanning.
Okay.
Quick little prayer from Kyle, though. I think even he acknowledged it. Oh, this is a man.
Because there's a high loss,
This is a fanny game. Yeah, it's
petrify.
exactly like this is a really tough game for a fanny, dude. But hell, if they could find that rotation, they could keep that snowball. But look how close right now here is our ratings. But you have to respect the fact that Sanford now has a Yuzhong, undefeated this season, not just in his hands, but overall as a pick. And Harley is undefeated in MPL Philippines Season 17 as well.
Maybe this is the answer. Team Falcons will have an answer for this Harley that has just been terrorizing everyone with his magic tricks and deadly magic. Let's find out here. Again, you guys can let us know. You had the QR from earlier on. You can predict this match right now. There's potential sweep for Team Falcons if they can make it happen here, or can TLPH find the adjustment they needed as we jump into the game.
Looking at the trade, I think it might be a little bit more Ogun Haji prioritized.
Yeah, okay. Maybe already using the Revitalize.
Yeah. Part of the early game trade. Want to maximize the time that Sanji will be able to dish out the Void Blast. Fighter Emblem, Rupture, Mage Emblem, Fighter for the Claude, Fighter for the Fanny. Okay, yep, pretty standard emblems that we have here.
Okay. Standard, but the compositions aren't exactly standard, at least from what we've seen. Maybe for TLPH in a sense. Well, Sanford actually getting poked down quite a bit.
Man, Flap is handling...
Seems like he wanted to take that. Oh!
Bye-bye, purple buff.
I had no idea!
So Kyle started orange.
No, because Ogwin was...
Yep.
Yeah.
No one protected the purple buff. Oh, that's not the start that Falcons wants with their Fanny.
Nah.
Good read by Liquid to just take it away.
Oh, Kyle, no! That was so close!
Unless they can actually continue to pressure KarlTzy, but no, I think they just call it off.
What was that?
Oh, no.
Something's breaking midnight in the Filipino desk.
I got to say, he is one of the... He is a Fanny player, so maybe it's that. Maybe it's the purple buff isn't available. He knows how much that hurts.
Oh, Falcons. I think they have to give Turtle one. See if they could just get a flank elsewhere, but with how safely Teddy is playing, how safely now Sanford is playing, they'll have the advantage for Turtle. That's Turtle one for Liquid.
Okay. Already level 4 too. It's not like Falcons are trying to approach this objective though. So there might not be any major team fight just yet.
Yeah. Feels bad for Kyle. Dude was already praying. It's like, oh man, this is going to be a really tough Fanny game. He did not expect that. That's because he loses his buff. Oh, Marco.
Oh!
Dashing out right in time.
Yeah.
He survives. He's going to grab that gold card too, so he gets to level 4. He'll survive. Reset. Had to burn the flicker though, so with that being down, that's clear signals for TLPH to go ahead and try to make a play there, especially having a Harley. Oh!
Okay, there was an intent to find that pickoff. I think it was why did it suddenly not, why did the Petrify not connect?
No, but it's a really quick one, and then he just Bravest Spidered out.
Oh yeah, timings of the Bravest Fighter.
Yeah. So a quick little jump out there by Flap. No, and I think they were just slightly hesitant because they saw Kyle, even without the purple buff, just fly through. Let's see if we'll finally get it this time. Ooh. Teddy getting forced back by Marco. He experiences this exact trade, the Harith versus the Claude, when he went up against Avero and Onyx Philippines last week, and Marco won that. Very comfortable with that trading.
Okay, Kyle has a purple buff now. That's gonna be a pick off on Sanji, unless
Flicker burned.
Flicker burned, yeah.
Stays alive, but now Kyle can actually play, try to make some moves here with the purple buff.
Yeah.
Poking back and forth in the mid, though, and that's one of the things, too, is just building into the rotation next to the next turtle. Carl TZ taking a trip, throws out his deadly magic.
Okay.
No, yeah, they're not going to be able to catch Carl TZ here.
Yeah. Going to be able to get the Lizard. Good defense by Falcons. It's a slight 400 gold lead for Carl TZ's Harley, and they need to make sure that Kyle gets all the farm that he can get. Going to go to this orange buff, but here comes Sanford with a signature peek into the jungle of the opposing team. Not going to go for a full dive. Doesn't want to risk it into the wall, but Liquid are now eyeing the bottom lane as the turtle has spawned.
Okay. Ogwen 2 trying to help Super Marco. Now it'll take Teddy a bit more time to come here, but it's Liquid for pulling this objective. That's the Glorious Pathway already committed. 3 members showing up. Kyle joining in, but it's Carl who secures the turtle. Kyle TZ gets sculpted by the Petrify, and Carl TZ picks up first blood.
Petrify in the air, but here's Flap in the back.
Okay, Sanji will not get out of this, but there's the blazing duet coming in from Teddy. Flap gets taken out. Super Marco though looking for the trade, but Sanford still survives, and now it's JP locking them in. He might just actually find the kill, and he does!
JP gets his revenge from the last game. They do get punished under the turret, and Kyle's back.
Okay, Teddy will get taken down too. Haji, can he survive the deadly magic? The damage is not enough, but the space escape saves him.
Didn't have the energy. Sanford spots Kyle, and the sequence has finally ended. What a fight! And crazy trading by these two was stunned by Flap under 40.
Okay, that's the Sansan duo you're up against, but Flap will most likely get out of this anyway. Ogwen though. Oh, can he actually finish the kill on Sanford? He does, but Flap, he might get punished here too. Leads one last hit, and JP once again gets the job done.
Oh, I don't know if that was worth it. Kyle a little bit too late, but man, they lose 2 off of that play. Potentially Haji.
It's actually a double kill. Kyle, can he finally end it here? No! They're revitalized too! Clutch save from Daddy JP!
Back and forth, but Liquid clearly wins the trades. And the last time we saw Carl play this hero was in Season 7.
Whoa.
Woo! The card trick from the GOAT. I mean, he last played Harley in MPL PH Season 7. That is insanity that we saw Harley in his hands.
10 seasons ago.
That's why I'm like, I was gonna say a decade ago, but yeah, there's that's 5 years ago.
Bro, the Clippers are so happy right now. They have so many clips to get from this game number 2.
Post all of them.
Liquid has advantage. They have Turtle Sanford in the mid.
Oh, they're trying to take down Haji, forcing out the Crimson Beacon already. Sanji too doesn't get stunned by the Latch Shaker, and Carl secures the objective for Team Liquid. Now that's a flicker once again. That's the real world manipulation too. Flap doesn't actually get away.
I mean, think about it. You're trying to escape. You're trying to get away. There's a real-world manipulation and a glorious pathway keeping you from getting away. That is almost impossible to get away from.
JP, we posed this question earlier. Oh, wait, Dragon!
Oh, Black Dragon form coming in from 40. Doesn't have the Petrify, though. But that's going to be the purple buff stolen away yet again, and a kill! Teddy with a blazing do it together with a deadly magic.
Steady Teddy coming in at the perfect time to take down Kyle. Falcons just cannot find the wins. And we asked earlier, at this point, is it a signature high loss for JP? You're damn right it is.
It's a very sad day for Khalid Rome. And speaking of Khalid Rome, he might just go down once again. Unfortunately, he has the quick sand guard, but will Flap actually find a turnaround here? That's Haji too, trying to take down Sanji, but Sanji is gonna be okay.
Oh, no purple buff, so no follow through. Team Falcons has no option but to get out.
No way, Carl TZ, I see you! I see you! Flap! He could not handle that damage.
Oh, Sanford. Does he want to actually initiate under the turret here? He's
Probably not against him.
Yeah. Okay, he's backing off. Man, TLPH has not let up. And interesting enough, Team Falcons continues to throw themselves at him. I think they forgot they have a different team composition than the one that allowed them to throw bodies in game one.
Yeah, but at the same time, Liquid has hella slows, man. The Hylos and the Eve, I think, that's what's messing up Flap and Ogwen a lot. They commit dashes to engage. But then they realize with all of the slows stacking up, they have no way out. They either have to burn the flicker or the rest of the team is forced to join into the fight to try and help them get out, which is a detriment to them because Liquid still has resources to win the fight.
Okay. That's one resource down though, but I don't think it'll matter for Liquid.
All part of the plan.
Because they've been working on this Lord all along.
Yep, clean Lord.
Yeah, I could legit feel how excited the desk is when it comes to these picks that we're seeing, all these signature power picks.
Power picks around and just the way that, again, these two teams historically have played against each other.
Yeah.
You know, there's a reason, again, why it's called the Clash of Titans, and this one's well on its way to go into a Game 3, unless somehow, someway, Team Falcons pulls a miracle. And I don't know if that miracle is going to be all Super Marco, because even with this Harith, I don't know if that's enough to go ahead and turn this game around. Kyle himself has to somehow catch up with this. So he's trying to go for Sanji.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Again, tried. There isn't much energy left for him anymore. KarlTzy space escape. Can he find Kyle? There is going to be enough room for him, but look at Sandy and Sandy! That's the only one left on Team Falcon's side!
Welcome to the MPL, Steady Teddy! Perfect blazing duet with the Petrify, Furious Dive, and the real world manipulation!
Oh goodness, Law and Order did not land on Kyle, but he does get to cut the wave. They still have one min one alongside Liquid though. Can this be enough? But they're not gonna force anything just yet.
Oh no. Yeah, Kyle should be able to get out of here.
Okay, Sanji.
Whoa.
Oh.
Okay, he gets out. They lose a base turret off of all of that, man. Team Falcons in this game have had their wings clipped. That last team fight, they just got decimated. Now almost a 10K lead for TLPH.
Glowing Wand and Ice Queen Wand with a 2-mana regen necklace to boot. And he also has a belt. No wonder why when KarlTzy's looking for Sanji, there's still a healthy amount of HP left for the Eve.
Yeah.
And the Ice Queen Wand, really, it's the slows, the layering, that when Falcons decide to commit and dive, they have no out, which forces the rest of Falcons to fight when they're not ready, when they're not healthy. And they don't have the firepower yet to take down Liquid. Are we really going to start off the season with Harley undefeated?
It's looking that way, man. There hasn't been a great answer for the Harley just yet.
Yeah, and previously I think the Claude and the Harith matchup have most of the time been Harith favored. Yeah. But this time, looking at the draft for Liquid, it's like multiple members are able to just go in at once. It's not always a free opportunity for the Harley to just lock down on the Claude whenever he does go for the Blazing Duet. He is always constantly pressured by either the Black Dragon form or even the potential deadly magic that can come in from KarlTzy.
Yeah. It's really just the damage, man. How much health Harley can take out, and it's so easy for any Harley. Deadly magic, a few poker tricks here and there, then you're fine. Even if you don't kill your target, you bring them down low enough to force a reaction, you force back. That builds you into a 5 versus 4 advantage, even though you use your ultimate. But it's such a big win for you because you get to recontrol the map. And Liquid and Karl have just been doing that over and over again.
Yeah, it was so interesting when we saw that pick pop up for the first time back in M7, and there was a whole lot of discussion about it, how it worked really well. I believe it was TNT that first debuted it during the tournament, and you know, ever since then, you've seen this kind of evolution build in with the Harley, and you know, surprisingly so, it's been picked up so many times, hasn't lost just yet. And like you said, one of the biggest factors is just how threatening of a pick it is. And even the itemization that he goes through, you know, he's so elusive as a hero that you think, okay, we can kill him, we can blow him up, but he gets out of most situations so easily.
Yeah, and Kyle, by the way, still can't get his hands on his purple buff.
Kyle's just, Kyle, I feel like just hasn't been able to play much this game.
Nope. It's how Team Liquid handled their initial rotation. how Falcons completely failed in communicating to
Whoa.
protect the purple. Oh, hell
Haji.
nah.
Oh, actually, Ford is
Whoa,
go for it! He will get traded out though. Flap 2 with 3-man setup with the Latch Shaker
Oh.
and the Raging Sandstorm as well. But the damage is just lacking.
Teddy.
Teddy going for Marco, but he finally actually escapes. But they cannot escape a Game 3 handed over by Liquid.
Stay steady, you've got Teddy. Liquid now and Falcons have traded one-sided dominating wins. And we will get a game number 3 for Clash of the Titans. So what a bounce back by the Cavalry.
And there we go. We're going to a game 3 for the Clash of Titans. That's what we expected here. And there's the red carpet walk from. Is this now?
No,
that was earlier.
that
I was
was
like,
earlier,
that was
yeah.
earlier. That was earlier.
Okay,
so
so
they got the buff.
The Nay.
They got the nay buff.
The Nay buff.
Dude, this was a non-stop action game for game 2 right here. This I don't
was
think
fun.
anybody got to breathe.
No, because it was fun. It was a Harley, Fanny.
Yeah,
Jungle
there's
matchup.
back and forth. You have a juice in too, but I think there's one play I'm looking for. It was the interplay between Flap and Ogwen that actually led to Liquid just winning over and over again. I think it was right after this. Flap would come back, and then you see him trying to chase and take down someone, and then you see the hesitation a little bit from Ogwen. It's like, should we? Can we? Do we try this? They do get the trade, but then it ended up becoming unfavorable for them. So we won't see the. We'll see the Teddy highlights now. Too many slows, too many dashes. They messed up the initial purple buff take for Kyle. Ever since then, Kyle was just uncomfortable. They completely lost their flow, and Liquid just rode with it and coasted to victory.
I was surprised the Black Dragon form actually went back at that moment, but it was probably a sacrifice that they were able to calculate nonetheless. Still, Falcons looked like they were trying to go for the defense, but okay. That's the goal. That's the goal right there. Ban all junglers. I'm gonna be okay.
There's
All right.
just way too much things that Harley forces out of every composition. I have been saying this since yesterday because after seeing the drafts and the games, there's 2 heroes now that every team has to watch out for in the meta. I know everyone has to respect the Leomord and Freya, but with those getting taken away, it now falls to Valentina and Harley to determine the flow of drafts and determine the early trades.
And it's funny because Harley usually does pop up later towards the second phase of the draft because it's one of those options that's kind of like always there. And teams kind of wait on because there are quality picks to pick up in those first phases, Valentina being definitely one of them. But even this, it was interesting because TLPH decided to go with a very comfort pick starting off the bat with Teddy's Claude, and you saw how well he was able to play the Claude based off the setup potential. I mean, even JP on the Hylos, one of the few players to play it like the way that JP does. And again, imagine how game 1 went for JP. He did not get to play. Well, this time he was setting things up with Sanji around that death box. The Glorious Pathway was such a nuisance for Team Falcons to get away from. It's like they couldn't get any disengage if they wanted to, because look at that. That is so hard to play against and get away from even when you're behind. And again, Kyle struggling from the get-go to even get his buff, get control, and make this Fanny work. And you know, it makes you wonder too on the comms when they were in the draft and you saw him look up a couple times for the confirmation, like I wonder what the conversation was like. Should we pick this or should we pick something else? Because even the way that the draft went and all those targeted bans towards Kyle, it was like, what left could they go with that would match against a Harley?
They should have picked up the Lucas, man. No, I'm kidding. I understand why they picked up the Fanny. It's just really how Falcons messed up the handling of the first rotation.
Yeah, it's that.
Yeah, so revisiting the early portions of the game, what happened was Carl Teasy was already starting off his Golem and he was on the way to going to the orange buff. But then JP confirmed that literally no one was in the purple buff. They already saw Ogwen up top. They had an idea, I think through Sanford. No, actually, no, they didn't even. They just saw that the Khalid wasn't there. And I think at the same time, Sanji checked the bush with a Void Blast. They knew it was just the juice in. The Kali could be far, and Team Liquid just easily stole the purple buff away.
Yeah, it's so unfortunate because the Khalid is one of like the fastest heroes in the early game, but he used his mobility elsewhere in the less crucial areas of the map, and it's just been overall a very sad series for the Khalid so far. I did mention this earlier.
Yeah.
The way they're just able to constantly deal with and burst him down or force out the quick sand guard. And those raging sandstorms we saw from Ogwen have almost always been desperate, similar to what JP went through in game number 1.
Yeah, Khalid finds himself in a little precarious